Hello, everyone, and welcome back to EngGlowUp, the channel where we turn everyday moments into English learning. I'm Flora.
And I'm Michael. It's great to have you here with us again. Today, we're checking in to a new topic. Literally.
Michael, imagine this. We just landed after a long flight. It's late, and we're dragging our suitcases into the hotel lobby.
Oh, yes. I can picture it. I'm tired, probably hungry, and all I want is a bed and a shower.
Exactly. So let's see how we'd handle everything in English, from booking the room to checking out.
Perfect. Okay, Flora, let's start from the very beginning.
So, Michael, if you want to book a hotel before your trip, what do you usually say?
I usually call or book online, and I'd say something like, "Hi, I'd like to book a room for 2 nights, please."
Simple and clear. I'd probably ask, do you have any rooms available from Friday to Sunday?
That's a great one. And sometimes they'll ask, "Would you like a single or a double room?"
I always choose a double. I need space, even if it's just me.
Same here. And if you want to confirm the price, you could say, "How much is the room per night?"
Or, does that include breakfast?
Oh, yes, that's an important one. I once booked a place thinking breakfast was included. It wasn't. I ended up paying more for toast than the actual room.
Oh no, rookie mistake, Michael.
Lesson learned. Now I always double check with, "Is breakfast included in the price?"
Okay, fast forward. We've arrived at the hotel. We walk up to the front desk. What do you say first?
I'd smile and say, "Good evening. I have a reservation under the name Michael Reed."
Nice. And if I didn't have a booking, I'd probably say, hi, do you have any rooms available tonight?
Exactly. That's polite and natural.
Then the receptionist might ask for your ID or passport.
Right. And I'd say, "Of course. Here you go."
And once everything's confirmed, they'll probably say, here's your key card. Your room number is 308.
To which I'd reply, "Thank you so much." You know, it's such a small phrase, but being polite always makes a difference.
Definitely. I also like to ask, what time is breakfast served before heading up?
That's clever. Avoids any morning confusion.
Exactly. And maybe ask, is there Wi-Fi in the room? Or could you tell me the Wi-Fi password, please?
Yes, that's always my first question. I can't survive without Wi-Fi.
Same here. Okay, we've checked in, dropped our bags, and then something goes wrong.
Let me guess. The air conditioner isn't working?
Exactly. What do you do?
I'd call reception and say, "Hi, this is room 308. The air conditioner isn't working. Could you send someone to check it, please?"
That's perfect. Very polite. I'd say something similar, like, hi, there seems to be a problem with the TV remote. Could you help me with that?
I like that phrase, "there seems to be a problem with." It sounds polite, but clear.
Yes, instead of saying, the TV is broken, which might sound a little rude.
Exactly. Tone and phrasing are everything.
You could also say, I think the shower isn't heating up properly. Could someone take a look?
Nice. It's always better to use polite requests like, "Could you?" or "Would you mind?"
Right. It helps avoid sounding demanding, and people are usually more willing to help.
Okay, problem solved. Now let's talk about one of my favorite parts, room service.
Oh, yes. I love calling for food after a long day of travel.
Same.
So I'd call and say, "Hello, this is room 308. I'd like to order some dinner, please."
And they'll probably reply, "Sure, what would you like to order?"
Then I might say, "Could I have a cheeseburger and a Coke, please?"
Classic choice. I'd probably ask, "How long will it take?" Just to know when to expect it.
Oh, yes, very important. And when the food arrives, you can say, "Thank you so much," or "Smells delicious."
That's so you, Michael. Always hungry.
Guilty is charged.
So we've booked the room, checked in, handled a problem, and ordered food. I think that's a pretty good start.
Definitely.
Yes. And now we're ready to explore the city. But before heading out, let's ask for a bit of help at the reception.
Good idea. I'd usually say something like, "Hi, could you tell me how to get to the city center from here?"
That's a great one. Simple and polite. You could also ask, "What's the best way to get to the museum?"
Exactly. And if you want to sound even more natural, you can start with, "Excuse me, I was wondering if you could." It's soft, friendly, and very common.
I like that phrase a lot. It's one of those polite openers that just makes you sound confident and kind.
Totally agree. And if the receptionist gives directions that sound complicated, you can say, "Could you repeat that, please?" Or, "Sorry, could you say that again a bit slower?"
That's very useful because sometimes when you're in a new place, you're still adjusting to accents or background noise, and it's perfectly okay to ask again.
Oh, yes. I remember once in Singapore, I nodded like I understood the directions, but I ended up at a supermarket instead of the art museum.
That's hilarious. See, better to ask again than get lost.
Definitely. And if you do get lost, you can always ask someone on the street, "Excuse me, could you tell me where the hotel is?" Or show the hotel's card if you have one.
That's such a practical tip. I always take a photo of the hotel's name or address. Makes it easy to show taxi drivers too.
That's smart. Speaking of taxis, how would you ask the receptionist to help you with that?
Oh, easy. Could you please call a taxi for me? Or is there a taxi stand nearby?
Right. And sometimes they'll say, "It'll arrive in 5 minutes." You can reply, "Perfect, thank you so much."
I like to also check the price before leaving. I'd say, "Do you know roughly how much it costs to get to the airport?"
That's a good one. No surprises later.
Exactly. I once paid double because I didn't ask in advance.
Ouch. Lesson learned, huh?
Definitely.
Okay, so after a nice day of sightseeing, we're back at the hotel, tired again. Maybe we stop by the front desk to ask about amenities.
Yes, like the gym, the pool, or maybe the spa. I'd say, "Excuse me, could you tell me what time the gym closes?"
Or, "Is there a swimming pool here?" Simple and clear.
Or, "Do you have a laundry service?" Which is great if you're traveling for a long time.
Absolutely. I've also said, "Could I have some extra towels, please?" when the ones in the room weren't enough.
I've done that too. You can call reception and say, "Hi, could you please send 2 extra towels to room 308?"
I love how polite that sounds, not demanding, just calm and respectful.
Yes, tone is everything. Politeness makes communication smoother, especially in service situations.
Definitely. And if something's not quite right, like maybe the cleaning wasn't done yet, you could say, "Excuse me, my room hasn't been cleaned today. Could someone take care of that?"
That's perfect. It sounds assertive, but still polite. You're not complaining, you're just stating a fact.
Right. You don't want to sound angry. You want to sound like you're just asking for help.
Exactly.
You know, one thing I love about hotels is the breakfast buffet.
Oh, yes. Let's do a little breakfast scene.
Okay, I walk in, and the waiter says, "Good morning. Room number, please?"
And you say, "Good morning, room 308."
Then they might ask, Would you like tea or coffee?
I'd say, coffee, please. And you'd probably say,
Both, please.
I knew it.
Then maybe I'd ask, is it okay to take some fruit to my room? Sometimes they allow it, sometimes not.
True. And if you're not sure what something on the buffet is, you can ask, excuse me, what's this dish called?
That's a really good question. It helps you learn new words, too.
Yes, that's a bonus. You're improving your English even during breakfast.
Exactly. Everything is a language learning opportunity.
And once you finish breakfast, you can say, thank you, it was delicious. Or, have a great day.
Simple kindness goes a long way.
It really does.
Okay, so we've had our breakfast, done our sightseeing, and it's time to check out.
Always the sad part of a trip.
Yeah, but it's also a good chance to practice English again.
True. So when you go to the front desk, you can say, good morning. I'd like to check out, please.
Or, I'm checking out of room 308.
Perfect. They'll probably ask, did you take anything from the minibar?
And I'd say, no, I didn't. Or, if I did, yes, 1 bottle of water, please add it to the bill.
Nice. And if you want to confirm the payment, you can ask, can I pay by card? Or, is service included?
Yes, that's important. Sometimes tips are already included, sometimes not.
Exactly. And once you're done, you can say, thank you for your help. We really enjoyed our stay.
I love that line. It's polite and leaves a great impression.
It does. And if the service was really good, you can also say, everything was wonderful. Thank you so much.
That's true. Kind words make people's day.
Always.
Okay, luggage ready. We step outside, maybe the bellboy helps us, and we say, thank you for your help, or thanks for carrying the bags.
I always add a smile. It's part of being polite in any culture.
Totally agree. Smiles are universal.
So we've officially survived, from booking the hotel to checking out.
Yep, and it wasn't too hard, right?
Not at all. Just polite words, calm tone, and a little confidence.
That's the key. Polite and confident.
All right, Michael, now that we've officially checked out, let's do something fun. A quick round of bonus phrases that make you sound like a polite, confident traveler.
Oh, I like that. You know, those small expressions that make you sound natural, not like a tourist reading from a phrase book.
Exactly. Let's start with something simple. When you want to be polite, instead of just saying, I want, you can say, I'd like. For example, I'd like a single room, please.
Right, I want can sound too direct sometimes, especially in service situations. But I'd like feels softer and more polite.
Yes. Another phrase that sounds super natural is, would it be possible to... Like, would it be possible to get a late checkout?
Oh, that's a good one. It sounds respectful, and hotels love guests who speak like that.
Totally. Or, could I please have an extra blanket?
Those are golden. And you can also use I was wondering if. I was wondering if breakfast is included.
I love that one. It's polite, but relaxed. Perfect for natural English.
You know what else is really helpful? Knowing how to respond when people offer help.
Oh, yes. Like when the receptionist says, can I help you with your luggage?
You can reply, that's very kind of you. Thank you.
Or, no thank you, I've got it. Both polite and clear.
Exactly. Being polite doesn't mean you always say yes. It's about how you say things.
True. It's the tone, the friendliness in your voice.
Speaking of tone, I once overheard a tourist say, give me a towel to the cleaner, and it sounded so rude.
Oh, no. That must have sounded terrible.
Yeah, even if the person didn't mean to be rude. But if they said, excuse me, could I please have a towel? same request, but suddenly it's polite and pleasant.
Exactly. Politeness transforms communication, and it builds confidence too. You know people will respond kindly. You know, there's one phrase I always use at hotels. Thank you for your help. I really appreciate it.
That's such a good one. Appreciate is one of those words that instantly makes you sound fluent.
Totally. Instead of always saying, thank you very much, you can say, I really appreciate your help.
And if someone thanks you, you can reply, my pleasure, or you're welcome.
Or, no problem at all. That one sounds friendly and modern.
So, Flora, before we go, if someone is just starting to travel and feels shy speaking English at hotels, what's one thing you'd tell them?
I'd say start small. Don't try to sound perfect. Just be polite and smile. Even if you make mistakes, people will understand you.
That's such great advice. I'd add, practice the key phrases out loud before your trip. That way, they come out naturally when you need them.
Exactly. The more you say them, the more confident you'll sound.
And confidence is everything, even in small moments like ordering breakfast or asking for a towel.
Totally agree. It's the little interactions that build your English fluency and your courage.
I love that.
So, to everyone listening, we hope the next time you walk into a hotel, you'll walk in with confidence and kindness, ready to use your English.
Yes, and remember, every trip is not just about places, but about people. So use these words to connect, to smile, and to grow.
Beautifully said, Michael.
Thank you, Flora. And thank you to everyone for joining us on this episode of EngGlowUp, where we turn everyday moments into English learning.
Don't forget to subscribe, share this episode with your friends, and tell us in the comments what's the most interesting hotel experience you've ever had.
We'd love to read your stories. Until next time,
Keep glowing up your English.
and keep traveling with confidence.
Bye, everyone.